and welcome to News Update on Value Chain TV. I am Chad Moses with the news. And on the news update, the Minister of Petroleum Resources, Gas, Ekperikpe Ekpo, has emphasized that Nigeria has no business with energy poverty, as it is a gas-rich nation. Ekpo stated this during his remarks ahead of a technical session at the ongoing 7th edition of the Nigerian International Energy Summit, NIES, in Abuja, while calling on energy stakeholders to rise up to meet the country's energy demand.
I call on all of us to contribute meaningfully to this meeting that we are having today. The global call for energy transition is a wake-up call for Nigeria as a nation with the abundant resources, that we rise up and take our rightful position in the energy landscape. And of course, we will develop the sector the way it should be, and we'll be able to meet the local demand as well as the export for revenue generation to the country. I believe we have competent people that are manning the sector. So I call on all the critical stakeholders to come out and assist us. It is not for the Minister of State Petroleum Resources, Gas alone. It is for all of us. We need to rise up and fix Nigeria and take Nigeria to the rightful position that it belongs, so that tomorrow, generation will be able to know that we have started something very, very significant.
Similarly, the Minister for Energy, Ghana, Dr. Matthew Opoku Prem, stated that the Nigerian gas sector has helped Ghana to tackle power blackout. He added that Nigeria's decade of gas has come at the right time to save the African continent from energy poverty, noting that the Decade of Gas initiative will only be meaningful if Nigeria carries other African countries along. Meanwhile, Deputy Managing Director, Nigeria Liquefied Natural Gas Limited, Mr. Olakunle Osogbu, pointed out that the Petroleum Industry Act, PIA, has the potential to solve the loopholes in the gas sector in order to make it attractive to investment. He highlighted that Africa plays a huge role in the global natural gas network, possessing a growth potential of about 36%. The Nigeria Liquefied Natural Gas NLNG Limited has announced an increase in its annual production of liquefied petroleum gas, LPG, popularly called cooking gas, to over 1.5 million metric tons. This was revealed during the ongoing 7th Nigeria International Energy Summit in Abuja by the General Manager, Finance, NLNG Limited, Fatima Adana. Adana said that the entire 1.5 million tons production was being sold in Nigeria, as the company had started supplying LPG in Naira, as against the usual sale of gas in the United States dollars. Telecom service provider MTN has apologized to his customers for the inconvenience caused by the network downtown experience yesterday. The company, in a public statement, acknowledged the impact of the outage on its voice and data service due to damage in fiber cables. Meanwhile, the deadline for synchronization of subscribers' bank verification number with their National Identification Number (NIN) ended yesterday, with fears mounting about speculations of increase in service tariffs ahead. Some Nigerians shared their experience over yesterday's failed network with Value Chain TV. The report.
I was really affected. There's some call. I made call yesterday. It wasn't good. I thought maybe it's only me. I later discovered that the whole thing is just general. But I don't blame them. I blame on this and maybe government this and policy, because in the recent they're supposed to sanction them. That's some of those things that government can make money from. Those who are in charge of this, they're supposed to make money, tax them, and they will pay for it. In Western countries, such thing can happen. But we tolerate a lot in this country. And at the end of the day, some of us and many others, they blame government. But something individual can listen. At least someone should sue them to court.
I was greatly affected because I use MTN. I've been using MTN line since 2005. And yesterday, there were a lot of calls I couldn't make. There were a lot of internet transaction or communication that I should have made that I couldn't make. And not only me, my partners, people who would do business together were really affected. So a lot of stuff were were truncated as a result of that glitch yesterday. The directorate the management of NIMC has been giving a lot of notification for a long time now concerning syncing your NIN with your MTN, and I think whoever has not done that by now should be blamed, not necessarily the NCC or wherever. It's just that my fellow Nigerians has a way of responding to directives, until it's at the rush hour they don't get to do it. So, and I know that they put in that directive trying to checkmate some of this criminality that goes on with the Boko Haram, the kidnapping, and all of that.
I wanted to, use my phone to do some browsing and all that, but I was surprised when I was thinking it was actually my, phone having an issue. I didn't know it was network problem. So after the long run, I found out it was MTN issues, and I think the network came back around after 10 in the night. That was when I could be able to use it, and actually it really destroyed businesses yesterday, because even today I went to a cyber cafe and the man was even complaining that yesterday his customers were just abusing him, that he couldn't deliver his jobs because of the network problem, thinking it was him and not MTN. I think before this kind of disruption should happen, I think they should maybe communicate in advance to the customers, let them know, we're having a little maintenance or all that, and also apologize, to customers that, this thing happened, we are sorry for that, because I know AT&T in America had a glitch, I think some days ago, and they communicated, they apologized, and even though they paid the customers, they paid some of them in dollars, just to appreciate them.
The House of Representatives has called for an urgent probe of frequent collapses of the nation's power grid. The call followed the adoption of a motion by a member representing Ohorun 1, Ohonwodu Federal Constituency, Edo State, Mr. Billy Osawuru. Osawuru noted that in the space of 1 week in August 2023, Nigeria recorded 3 national grid collapses. The lawmaker, however, commended the federal government for the proposed plan to increase power capacity to 20,000 megawatts from the 12,522 megawatts projected within the next 3 years, as contained in the Electricity Act 2023, signed into law by President Bola Tinubu. The Joint Task Force Operation Delta Safe, OPDS, has arrested 17 persons and impounded 2 vessels filled with illegally refined diesel at the Federal Ocean Terminal at Onne. The commander of OPDS, John Okeke, disclosed this to newsmen at Onne, Rivers State. According to Okeke, the 17 persons were crew members of the 2 vessels, and one of the vessels, MV King James, was laden with 400,000 liters of diesel, while the other, MV Messiah 1, carried 100,000 liters of diesel. He added that the petroleum products had been handed over to the Nigerian Navy ship Pathfinder, with an assurance that the arrested persons will be handed over to the appropriate authorities for possible prosecution. The Ijaw Youth Council, IYC, has threatened to lead a protest in the Niger Delta region against President Bola Ahmed Tinubu over what it termed a deteriorating state of things faced by the Ijaw people and Nigerians in general. IYC spokesman Binabai Yerin Priestwell disclosed this in a statement issued to journalists. The council said that the decision to embark on the protest follows unfriendly policies of the Tinubu administration. The IYC's threat is coming on the heels of the suspended mass protest by the Nigerian Labour Congress (NLC) yesterday. The parliament in Ghana has passed the Bill on Human Sexual Rights and Family Values, commonly referred to as the Anti-LGBTQ Bill. The private bill, called the Promotion of Proper Human Sexual Rights and Ghanaian Family Values Bill, was introduced by parliamentarian Ningo Prampram Sam Nate George. With the bill now passed in Ghana, homosexuality is currently prohibited by the law and can result in a prison sentence of up to 3 years. This is coming after years of the bill facing backlash and efforts by opponents to block it or to make changes. Value Chain TV asked some Nigerians their opinion about the development in relation to Nigeria. The report.
It's within their jurisdiction and right to do. some of these practices being imposed on African countries and some of the conditions for giving aid and so on, to African countries is wrong. We do not have the same culture with Europeans. They accept all these practices, which is not right. For us, there's nowhere that is morally right, for us to practice same thing. And we should not be coerced into practicing such law, allowing such laws, so that you have lesbians, and gay. No, that's wrong. There's nowhere even in the Holy Scriptures, even Quran, that you see that man should go after man or woman should go after woman. No, it's not. So these are laws arrogated to themselves, Western countries.
The LGBT stuff is about, the practice of gays, like where woman and woman engage in sexual activity, two men engaging in sexual activity. There's nothing natural about it. My honest opinion is there's nothing natural about it. So, I do not see any reason why that should be encouraged. This is my honest opinion. I do not see why that should be encouraged or what it is even aimed at achieving. I do not see it. So for me, my point is, it is unnatural. The Nigerian government, please do not pass it. Do not pass anything that is unnatural, anything that deviates from nature. I don't know if this is aimed at controlling population. I don't know if that is it, but if that's one of the reasons why these things are encouraged in some places, there are other measures. There are other measures that they could employ to take care of this, whatever it is they want to achieve with the LGBT stuff, instead of encouraging people to deviate from nature itself. Soon enough, these things will have a huge effect on us as humans.
And that's it on the news update. I am Chat Moses. Thanks for staying with us.